Welcome here to a very special RDFL Footy Show segment this week. We're here at Rockbank's Junior Registration Day, and I've got with me two of the main men in the Rockbank setup this year. Firstly, the Ambassador for Junior Football and, of course, former Essendon Footy Club star Andrew Welsh. Andrew, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. Great to be here. Good day down here and starting to get some more kids involved back at the Rockbank Footy Club.
And, of course, the senior coach for 2015, a man we all know and love here on the RDFL Footy Show, Gavin Sporle. Gav, welcome back to the cameras, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's good to be back.
Hasn't taken you long to disappear at all.
I get on the footy show this year so much, so it's good to be back on the footy show.
Before the season's even started, mate, just straight on.
I'm straight in, so I'm looking forward to a big season.
Yeah, it'll be a good one, but we're not so much about the seniors today, we're all about the juniors. Junior Registration Day here at the Rockbank Footy Club, trying to get the club kick-started again from the junior ranks. Andrew, you've come on board as the Ambassador for Junior Footy this year at Rockbank. What got you over the line, I suppose, coming down and helping out the boys down here at Rockbank?
Yeah, well, we live locally, we've got a business locally, we've sponsored the football club through Welsh Developments over the next 3 years, so part of that was really about getting the junior club up and going again and trying to create the interest there to help the juniors. We know there's going to be a lot of kids starting to come throughout this area with new projects coming on throughout the Melton Council, so we wanted to make sure that kids had a destination to go to play footy, to play netball, to play cricket, and it's not something that's going to happen overnight or just put on one day and expect thousands of kids to turn up. There's a lot of hard work that we all need to do, and a lot of people really need to commit to it to make sure that, as I said, there is a place for kids to come and play footy throughout this area.
So obviously it's you said that you're local and everything like that, but there is an attraction obviously to the Rockbank Footy Club. What is it that's kind of attracted you down here? Obviously you've come on board as a sponsor, but there's also that family feel to the club as well.
Yeah, there is. I played a couple of games post Essendon career up the bush, and I really enjoyed the I suppose the camaraderie that the bush clubs have, and the guys, they're from that area, they really love that area, and they enjoy that type of probably off-ground social activities that you can have, and I feel that this club is very similar to that. It's very much a country club and a country feel about it, although we're 25 kilometres from the city, so that's what I enjoy about the club. I've seen a lot of other local football clubs that become very transient. The lists change over, the people change over, and they've probably lost that feeling of a football club that I grew up having in Sunbury with the juniors there, and it was a real sense of your local football club, where I feel a lot of local clubs have lost that, where I think Rockbank's still got that and has got the ability to really build on that and make it one of its strengths.
Gav, you didn't hesitate when Andrew said that he wanted to get involved in bringing him in and basically making him the face of the junior football and giving somebody that junior kids can relate to, basically fronting up your club so that it's a more attractive place for them to come and play.
Yeah, look, I think it was really important when we first spoke with Andrew. One of the biggest things for me coming on board this year was getting our juniors back up and running. And when I spoke to Andrew, first and foremost our discussions were centred around getting our junior football club back up and running, and what sort of assistance that he and his dad and the business Welsh Developments could bring to this football club to help us get up and running.
Of course, we all know that the health of a senior football club is directly related to how healthy their junior football club is. Once the Rockbank Footy Club, and even if it is through the help of obviously the Amesbury Footy Club that's starting up this year as well, start to feed kids in through the system and they come through the under-18s and into the Rockbank Footy Club, it's just going to make your life easier as a senior coach when you've got that steady stream of young kids coming through. You don't necessarily have to go out and spend a heap of dollars recruiting.
Absolutely, and look, the long-term stability of this football club is based around getting juniors back in. I mean, we're smack bang in the middle of a growth area, but we're in a position without our junior football up and running 100% at this point in time. We needed to bring that back in so that when people did move into the area with the growth through this corridor, that they had a football club to come and join, rather than going down the road and signing up at Melton or Bacchus Marsh or Darley, or going the other way and signing up at Deer Park or Caroline Springs. We wanted to make sure this club's got a long history. It's got a long junior history and a really successful junior program with players coming through and going on to the AFL. So we wanted to make sure we had our junior program set up so that the club long term is in a position to flourish.
So obviously it's a Junior Registration Day today. We've got kids galore just outside here running around and jumping castles and tackle bags and everything like that, just absolutely enjoying themselves. But obviously this has been shown after the Junior Registration Day has been run and won. Andrew, you're going to hang around the club obviously for a bit. If kids do want to come down, see your face, have a kick with you around the Rockbank Junior Footy Club, what's your movement's going to be like around the club in the lead up to the season, whilst obviously players can still come down and register?
Yeah, I suppose you can register and come down to training any of the nights that the guys are here. And,
Yep.
I'll be around a fair bit throughout the year. I've got a lot of commitments, both with work and with Channel 7
Yep.
on weekends. So I'll be down. I said to Gavin, come down, have a couple of training sessions. He's got to try and get me back into shape, so I might gives me an excuse to come back down and have a bit of a run around and when we spoke to the guys about sponsoring, it wasn't, we didn't want it to be a donation sponsorship where we throw in and become major sponsors and just donate a heap of money and go away and turn our back and get a logo somewhere. That's not what our company's about and what we think that the partnership deserves. So we'll be down here, self and Dad and other guys from the company, and to the games, junior games, senior games, training as much as possible, and just be someone here that if any of the kids, I never played netball, but I can still give advice to netballers, kids and girls at school and so forth about making the right choices and sacrifices and stuff. So I'm making myself very accessible for all that type of stuff.
So definitely kids, if you still want to come down and enjoy a place to play country footy and netball, Rockbank's a place. Andy's going to be around. He'll be able to give you some tips on, obviously, as he just said, footy, netball, career paths and everything like that. And he'll probably sign an autograph and take a photo or two if you like as well. But I suppose more importantly, the question that's been on everyone's lips, Gav, as soon as it was announced that Andrew Welsh was coming on board at the Rockbank Footy Club, some of the weekly papers jumped straight onto it and said, oh, that's going to be a great recruit for the senior club. You've got some expectations this year, mate. You played finals last year. You've inherited a reasonable list. You've done some good recruiting throughout the year, but are we going to see the man next to me maybe pull on a Rams jumper throughout the season?
Look, it's. I mean, in the article, I made it pretty clear it was something that we hadn't discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, we've spoken to Andrew, and look, it'll all depend on commitments. And I mean, if he can sneak in for a game or two, fantastic. If he can sneak in for 12 or 14, that'd be even better. Coach's hat, I'll take the other one off. But look, it's we're really concentrating on, and this is a discussion again we had with Andrew, was he'll be down here to help out with training, as he said. Our aim is to make sure that our guys are the best prepared that they can be. Too many times you see guys like Andrew come around a football club and everybody puts all their expectations onto a guy like Andrew.
Correct.
We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that our guys are the best prepared. Andrew's going to help us out on the track and make sure that no matter who's playing on a Saturday, we're not depending on one person to create a result for us. So if we get Andrew for a game or two, fantastic. But if we don't, he's going to help us create something around our senior football club that will make sure that the guys that are out there are successful on game day.
Well, why don't we just get it from the horse's mouth? Well, we've got him sitting here right now. What do you reckon? Chance to pull on a jumper this year, mate?
As I said to go, I'll have to put a few sessions in, I reckon, to try and actually deserve a spot. But no, look, I've just said let's just see how things unfold throughout the year. I've got a lot of commitments and I need to that I'm already obviously committed to through with Channel 7 and so forth. So we're going to make sure that everything fits in line there. But I'm here, like, I suppose you get a lot of guys who come out of AFL and they go and play local football and they get a lot of money for being involved with a footy club, but I'm not getting a cent for being here, and we're investing a lot of money into this football club over the next few years to make sure that this area and this club is strong enough to be able to cope and as I said, be a destination for a lot of the juniors who are going to be coming through here. So if I play a game, I'll be happy to get in there and have a kick, but it just depends on whether my schedule fits in with how the guys are going. And they may be on top of the ladder and I may have to play in the twos for a few weeks and use up those days because they're going that well. But we'll just see how the year unfolds.
I was just thinking, a couple of Sunday games throughout the year, obviously a NAIDOC game later on, but then I also thought, hang on, Sunday's AFL Game Day as well, which of course Andrew is one of the stars of, so it's probably not going to fit well, especially playing the twos those days. To look, game day finishes about 11 o'clock or something, so by the time you get down
the car under the ground,
South Melbourne, straight down the freeway, you'll probably slip in for a senior game that day. Now, we've spoken about the sponsorship, give it a bit of a plug, mate. Welsh Developments, give it a go, give it a run. What are you all about?
So we're a family development company that we've owned land in Rockbank for a long time now. I live locally in Caroline Springs, so we've got a new development called Thornhill Park, which is just down the road, Mount Cottrell Road, which is going to be starting up later this year, which is about 1,300 residential house lots. We have some schools and so forth in there. So that's why for us, being local, we really wanted to make sure that the sporting club and it was a real community centre, and that it was on the right track to be able to be a destination for all the kids.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure for you joining us today, Andrew. Best of luck with obviously everything with Welsh developments, but also with helping get the Rockbank Footy Club's junior section back up on their feet and dominant again. Gav, thanks to you for joining us today. I dare say you're not going to be a stranger throughout the year, mate.
See you in a couple of weeks.
And we'll be back as well. Rockbank Footy Club Junior Registration Day. It's an absolute hive of activity out here. If you want to be a part of the Rockbank Junior Footy Club this year, get in contact with the club. Smithy's contact detail screens are on the bottom of the screen at the moment. So get in contact with Smithy or get down here and just have a kick on a training night. Rockbank Footy Club will absolutely love seeing you down here. That's all from us. We'll see you again soon.